Floyd Mayweather is substantially richer than Conor McGregor as of August 2021. We are Rewind Studios. Floyd Money Mayweather has lived up to his nickname and claims to have a net worth of more than $1.2 billion. Conor McGregor, named as the richest athlete of 2021 according to Forbes magazine, made over $180 million over a 12-month period. The figure is inclusive of $158 million from endorsements, advertising sales, and ventures. The main bulk of the enormous figure is said to have come from the sale of his whiskey, Proper No. 12, which he launched back in 2018. Money Mayweather, throughout his legendary boxing career, was named the richest athlete on a regular basis by Forbes magazine. Mayweather claimed that he made $300 million in the fight against Manny Pacquiao and $350 million against Conor McGregor in their crossover bout back in 2017. Per NewYorkTimes.com, Floyd Mayweather reportedly earned northwards of $10 million and a 50% share of pay-per-view buys, which Mayweather himself claimed to be around $100 million in March. Floyd Mayweather also displayed a check of $100 million leading up to his fight against Conor McGregor on a media tour. The self-proclaimed TB, or the best ever, is notoriously famous for flaunting and showing off his wealth and frequently posts pictures on social media bragging about his luxurious lifestyle. The Notorious, meanwhile, has been active on social media himself while recovering from the injury he suffered at UFC 264. The former UFC lightweight champion recently bought a yacht, which he was delighted to showcase to fans. Floyd Mayweather still holds the highest pay-per-view record of all time. On May 2, 2015, the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao generated over $400 million in revenue for approximately 4.5 million pay-per-view buys. The event still tops the list of all-time highest PPV buys. The second event that came close was Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor, which pulled off a staggering 4.3 million buys. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather could face each other for a second time in a fight worth around $157 million. Mayweather and McGregor are two of the most high-profile figures in the world of combat sports, with McGregor having made a remarkable rise in the UFC while Mayweather won 15 world titles during his time in boxing. Despite having successes in different sports, the pair decided to come together and put on the first ever crossover fight, with McGregor electing to make a switch to the squared circle. The event generated huge interest from the offset, with the flamboyant pair going on a global press tour which included destinations such as London and Toronto. McGregor frequently stole the show with his brash personality and trash-talking to his rival, with every event packed to the rafters with a huge and raucous crowd. Finally, the fight took place between McGregor and Mayweather after months of build-up at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Mayweather was gambling his undefeated record of 49 victories on the night, while McGregor reigned as the UFC lightweight champion but had nothing to lose. McGregor started brightly but was ultimately outclassed on the night, with Mayweather delivering a dominant display after a slower start. However, he wasn't wanting to hear the final bell, and closed the show in the 10th round, laying a barrage of punches into his rival, who was deemed unable to continue by the referee. The fight was originally billed the money fight and the biggest combat sports fight in history, and it certainly delivered, with the event ranking as the second highest purchased pay-per-view in fighting history, only behind Mayweather's showdown with Manny Pacquiao. More than 4 million people bought the pay-per-view, with the fight generating revenue in excess of $600 million in total. Mayweather is expected to have walked away with an overall purse of $265 million after the sales, with McGregor also pocketing a healthy $130 million for the contest despite defeat. After the bout was considered a roaring success, Mayweather retired, with McGregor returning to the UFC, but the Irishman has suffered a significant decline. He is currently out of action and is plotting a return to the promotion, with 2 final fights remaining on his contract. Reports initially emerged from Fight Hype that the pair were holding talk over a rematch of their crossover clash. McGregor appeared to confirm he is willing to rekindle his rivalry with Mayweather, posting on social media, "I accept." UFC President Dana White poured cold water on the talks and revealed that he is targeting a return for McGregor in the UFC next year. Mayweather and his promoter had previously suggested they were open to a rematch, with McGregor also confirming he is open to a boxing return. Most recently, fresh reports indicated that McGregor and Mayweather were closing in on a rematch being confirmed, with just the rules left to determine. A source told The Sun, Conor will only take the fight providing Floyd is willing to put his professional record on the line, so the fight will not be an exhibition, it will be an official fight. It will be at 155 pounds. It will be the last time Floyd ever steps in the ring, so it is not one to miss. The deal is very close to being done. Personal terms have been agreed on both parties. It will be one final showdown, and yes, records will be at stake. Floyd sees it as the end of the Mayweather era and the beginning of the Gervonta Davis era. He believes it will be the biggest night boxing will have ever seen and has been saying people best be ready because it's going to be something spectacular. There are arguments about the rounds at the moment, with Conor's team wanting 10 rounds. But the deal and rights are certainly getting there. It remains unclear if Mayweather would be willing to risk his professional record, having retired at 50-0 after his previous win over McGregor. The fight last time took place under professional rules, but McGregor's team are allegedly understood to prefer a format of 10 rounds. Since the reports emerged, UFC president Dana White has once again moved to dismiss the claims.